All right, today is Monday, February the 14th. Happy Valentine's Day. Let me pull up you see my little heater in the background. Um, okay, let me pull up my screen real quick. I know a few people have this already, and I was excited to see that Jasmine had posted some of the information that we had talked about when she was in there, actually her, Dina and myself, because sleep hygiene, getting a good night's sleep is a huge challenge for me and always has been. I'm a person that falls asleep to the television. I know it's not great. And then something comes on the TV like middle of the night, makes a noise, wakes me up, and then I have a really hard time going back to sleep. So got some good ideas from actually just talking to Jasmine and Dina on this. Come Thursday, some of my new bedding stuff comes in. So I liked the idea of kind of rehabbing your bedding and making it something that you look forward to going to bed at night. They also gave me, and I'm not sure which of the two gave me this idea, but maybe having a sleep timer so that those, whether it's the TV or my podcast, goes off. Because again, I think that not getting an adequate night's sleep really does affect hunger hormones. And it decreases the hormones that suppress appetite. So right here actually kind of highlights that. So I have to really focus on that. So that's kind of one of the things that I'm focusing on this month is trying to get a better night's sleep. Haven't been great about it, but again, on the 17th, my rehab stuff comes in, my new pillows that Jasmine recommended. And I'll definitely let you guys know how that's going. Stress management, I think it goes right into our kickboxing theme. Actually had another member that came in the other day. He's been having some real challenges just personally. And one of the things that he mentioned that I thought was super helpful was that, when he comes in, he can't really think about anything else. So even if it's just for that 30 minutes of working out, he has to focus on what he's doing on each round, and he can't think about the, kind of the stresses of life. And he said that's been a huge help for him, is just even having that 30 minutes of a break for his mind, to not think about, what's going on in his, daily life. So ways of managing stress, I think coming in and punching it out is a great way of doing that. And for me it's reading too. I like to have at least one or two books that I'm always kind of focused on reading. And I know a few people, so I thought that might be kind of a cool way to have some conversation on here, is sharing some of the books that we read. I know a couple of members have mentioned to me, I think Atomic Habits might be one that someone was reading. I can't remember exactly who it was that mentioned it, but maybe sharing on here what you're reading, what you're getting out of it. So I'm going to kind of look through the books that I'm reading right now and share some of those things. Kind of the first one that I wanted to share. I have some notes here on my tablet. So the first thing that I wanted to share with you guys is, and it really is based on setting habits, is discipline and consistency. And it was so funny because Aaron Donald, I don't know if anybody watched the Super Bowl, but Aaron Donald is on the team with our at one time quarterback, who is now has finally won a Super Bowl. Once he was with the LA Rams. But Aaron Donald is also on that team. And one of the things that he's always spoken about is discipline and consistency, how he doesn't have an off season. And I thought that was such a great way of kind of looking at it. Instead of looking at like getting into game shape, he says he's always trying to be in game shape. So being disciplined and consistent kind of goes along with one of the books that I'm reading right now. And just how to be disciplined, and that there really isn't an off season. And that's why, I tend to, and I think you guys have probably heard me say it before, I tend to not like the concept of a diet, but more of a way of eating. And it's for that reason. It's because you don't want to feel like there's an on and an off season. You definitely go through waves, and you go through times when you're probably more disciplined and more consistent. And and obviously the other as well. So, and the other thing that I told you guys that I would share is, and I'm just going to share I think I can share this as a screen pop up, but hold on. Let me try to pull this up. Maybe I can. Oh, yeah, here's the other. There it is. There it is. So the other page that we handed out is tips for flavoring food. So some seasoning suggestions just to add flavor to your food without adding any unnecessary salt or fat. So I know one of my favorites is adding these to like the bottom one, dessert smoothies and oatmeals. I'm a big fan of the smoothies. They really help me because I'm not great at eating breakfast, but I'll sip on a smoothie for a while, especially when I'm out and about. So cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, vanilla extract are some of my favorites. And if anybody's seen any of my posts, I definitely am. I've got some basil and dill that I'm actually growing right now, thanks to Haley, who gave me a little way to grow those without killing plants, because really the thing does it all itself. So, so that's kind of where I'm at. I've been pretty good with my my Lose It calorie tracker, because again, logging your foods is very helpful when you have a good month and you have a month where you hit your numbers and where you're hitting your targets, to be able to look back and say, how did I eat? How was I working out? You know, how often was I doing it, so that you can continue that pattern. And if something wasn't, you know, working out, you can make those adjustments as well. I think that's it for me. I think I covered everything that I wanted to cover. I'm gonna post this, and again, happy Valentine's Day.